Okay, so this is the funnel framework I use for all my ghostwriting clients for them to close high ticket deals strictly through Twitter or LinkedIn. I just posted a visual on Twitter and LinkedIn about this, but I wanted to go more in depth so you guys could get more value out of it. So first of all, we have the profile set up. So for when you have a profile set up, you need to make sure you have a good profile picture. A profile picture isn't like the end of the world, but it needs to be something that reflects how professional like your service is. So if you have a crappy profile picture, then people are going to associate that with a bad service. So make sure that your profile it's clear and that it's centered of your face. You can go anonymous, it's just not preferred. It doesn't work as well. Next is your bio. So with a bio, I recommend the WAR framework, which is 3 pillars to create that framework. It's what you do, your authority, and then your results. So I picked 2 of those pillars to create my bios for all of my clients and myself included if you look on my actual bio right now. Next is a banner. So banners really don't matter that much. I know people are going to make it mad about me saying that, but banners really just reflect a little bit about your service. Like nobody's really caring about what your banner is at all. So what really needs to be optimized is not actually messing it up. Like the optimization isn't actually optimization. It's really just not messing it up, put simply. But what I typically recommend is like 2 to 3 words about your brand and maybe a brand logo. Continuing on, so you have a link to the lead magnet or community. So this is in your link spot. So it's gonna have like the location service, and then it's gonna have a link service or a link like section right there where you're going to add your lead magnet or your community, or even a newsletter is fine as well. Typically, when I say lead magnet, it's included with like a subscription to the newsletter. So the people sign up to get the lead magnet, and then they also are subscribed to your email at the same time. So when I say that, I mean newsletter as well. But this is typically just getting viewers into somewhere into your funnel. It doesn't matter where they are. They might be at the top of your funnel still if it's a lead magnet or a community, but it's still at least getting them into your funnel and showing them the value that you can provide on a deeper level from just the typical content. So you want to use that link spot for one of those things. Next, we have traffic. So now that we have our profile optimized, we need to start getting traffic to the content that we're creating. So obviously, we're going to be putting out content to get traffic. That's self-explanatory. So things like threads are going to help a lot. Video breakdowns. These are all showing like your authority and stuff, but also personality posts will get more reach and really show people more about you, which will lead to a lot more followers and people like interested in who you are, which will actually differentiate yourself from a lot of other accounts. Next, a good way to get traffic is by giveaways. You need to be posting several giveaways a month if you actually want to grow significantly to the point where you're attracting inbound leads and having enough traffic to get momentum that will push you to growing your account. Otherwise, it's really hard to grow a Twitter account. On LinkedIn, you can kind of get away with it, but on Twitter, it's going to be tough. So next is your call to action. So this also goes along with traffic. So when you're getting that traffic to your post, you need to have call to actions, but also there's 3 things that I want you to have in a call to action specifically here. So you either need to link to your YouTube, you need a link to your newsletter, or you need a link to your lead magnet. So with YouTube, I say this because YouTube is a great way to nurture your following. There's so much more value on YouTube because like what I'm doing right now, I'm able to expand on what was just a simple visual that I posted on Twitter and LinkedIn and made it 10 times more valuable because now I'm like going in depth on each of these things. So that's why YouTube is so valuable. Another thing is your newsletter. So with a newsletter, it's like being able to show off your offer to people because they're already interested. So they don't get mad that you're blasting your offer at them in your emails. If you continually blasted your offer as like a single post, people would be like, okay, I don't even want this, because some people just scrolling the timeline are going to see your post, and if they see like an offer straight up, no, everyone's going to be like, I'm good, or even block you at that point. But if it's in your newsletter, they're opting into that, so you can show off your offer more often, or show off like even a little bit higher ticket stuff occasionally as well. So that's a good place to actually have your it's a good reason to have a newsletter, because it is a little bit deeper into the funnel. Next is a lead magnet. This is pretty self-explanatory. You basically have a value exchange. So you get something, they get something back. And by doing that, you're also getting their email, which I mean is the newsletter, or you're also showing your ICP, the people reading that you can achieve your service, and they're going to be more likely to actually become an inbound lead. So lead magnets are a great way to attract your dream following as well, and actually get a lot more followers. Giveaways in lead magnets are kind of the same thing, but they both attract a lot of followers, and specifically ones that are qualified, if you do it right. Next is you just need to nurture them. So with your YouTube, your newsletter, and your lead magnets, it is going to take time. Most people just don't want to buy from you straight up, which is okay. You just need to take the time to be consistently putting out all three of these things, and over time you are going to nurture them, and they're going to become inbound leads. So I think of it as like when you start doing cold outreach on social media or something, it takes a while for that cold outreach to start getting momentum to the point where you're signing enough clients like to live off of, or to hit $10,000 a month. Sure, you might get a client in that first week or something of doing cold outreach, but that's not enough to live off of, or that's not enough to get to $10,000 a month. But over time, that momentum shifts, and that's where it starts to get going, really. And that's the same with when you're putting out content, when you're putting this funnel into play. It does take a little while, but everything starts to roll over time, and this is where you'll start to get consistent inbound leads like I generate on my account now. I switched from just like personality guru type account to posting strictly value stuff so that my audience could see the value I was providing. And then I started building out this funnel, and now I literally get multiple inbound leads every single week that turn into book calls and clients because I've followed this process to the T. So if you guys need any extra help on this, just let me know. I'd be happy to help me. I'd be happy to help. Just send me a DM. But yeah, that's all I've got for you guys today. I'll see you guys in the next video.